In focus, and 3, 2, 1.
Tonight, IBM, friend or foe? IBM has been announced as the winner of a long-term VA contract to modernize the electronic health records management system for the embattled VA. IBM will utilize the latest technology to provide up-to-the-minute care for veterans all across this great country. The VA released a statement. We are serious about health of our nation's heroes and are sparing no expense to update, modernize, and create an efficient system to diagnose and provide real-time healthcare solutions for those who've served our country. We thank IBM, a company that has a long history providing cutting-edge information technology solutions, for stepping in, providing leadership and experience that will be valuable to our country and save taxpayers money. Hold on. This isn't who we are. No. Give me those freaking cue cards, man. Ah. You know what? You know what's going to happen with this? You know what the implications are of this Watson program that's going to come up? It's a computer that they're going to use to replace the doctors at the VA to do the death panels that have been going on, to help take away human emotion from making those decisions. This is something that's got to change. This is ridiculous. And I'm Joe Biggs with INFOWARS.com, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm standing outside of the Veterans Affairs Center in Austin, Texas. This will be the proving ground for IBM's brand new technology, Watson. Now, what that is a supercomputer that will have all of your medical records, admin records, and many other things downloaded into it. They want to use this machine to replace the doctors that have had death panels going on at the VA for years now. Newly released documents expose more explicitly the details of IBM's pivotal role in the Holocaust. All 6 phases: identification, expulsion from society, confiscation, ghettoization, deportation, and even extermination. Moreover, the documents portray with crystal clarity the personal involvement and micromanagement of IBM President Thomas J. Watson and the company's co-planning and co-organizing of Hitler's campaign to destroy the Jews. Why is the Department of Veterans Affairs awarding IBM with a large contract to bring in Watson, a new technology that will be used to replace doctors in an already failing VA health system? Why are they naming it after Thomas J. Watson, the founder and president of IBM? Did you know this man was responsible for making the machines that created punch cards with a coding system to label and eventually kill thousands of Jews? This machine would generate codes to be tattooed on prisoners in Hitler's concentration camps. This man committed genocide by any standard, and IBM and the VA want to throw it in our face clear as day and name it after that monster. If this doesn't piss you off, I don't know what will. Hitler was so impressed with what Watson had done for the Third Reich that he awarded him with a special award created specifically for the occasion to honor extraordinary service by a foreigner. The medal was the Order of the German Eagle with star, bedecked with swastikas, and was to be worn on a sash over Watson's cold, dead heart. Why do they want to put a machine in charge of your health, you might ask yourself? They do it so this pre-programmed evil robot can make the life or death decisions about you, the veteran, instead of the doctors that have received so much flack from the VA scandal over the last year. This helps take human emotions away and also allows the medical personnel to use Watson as a scapegoat should any problems arise, like death. Watson will be a new form of medical AI technology used to run the death panels already in place at the VA. How soon will it be until this technology moves over into civilian healthcare? Will you be a victim of Watson's wrath? This is also happening in another area of the government. They now want to replace humans that fly drones and make them fully autonomous. And many pilots were also claiming PTSD. Once you take the human aspect out of dealing with healthcare and war, things become even more evil. Who is going to check the morals of the men and women who program these machines? How do we know the machines will be told to act ethical and make the right decisions? Well, there you have it. That is the new Watson technology that's going to run the death panels at the already failing VA healthcare system. Now I have a vision of how this Watson technology will be implemented when you walk into the VA. Let's go in here and take a look.
Next.
So he's stuck in and all as well.
What's going on?
All right, right arm.
All right, Watson has determined you need to step in the medical chamber, so go ahead.
What's going on?
Next.
The globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding, making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
The brainwashing media machine has been turned up on high, and it's time for humanity to double down on the true people's media and strike back against the tyrants that are destroying our civilization with their lies and fraud. We are the resistance. You are the resistance. You are the InfoWar. It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic, proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. 2015 is almost here, and with it comes those New Year's resolutions to finally transform your body the way you want it. There's a reason over 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. Make this year different by equipping yourself with Oxy Powder, the next level in cleansing the body naturally. Using super oxygenation, Oxy Powder, available through InfoWarsLife.com, gently cleanses the body while you sleep with easy capsules. Tens of thousands of individuals have used Oxy Powder to cleanse their bodies and aid in their transformations. Even InfoWars Nightly News Director Rob Dew has been using Oxy Powder with incredible success.
Took it that first day, then I took it for 6 more days after that. 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days.
2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy Powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy Powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
Welcome back to our live coverage of Obama's State of the Union 2015. I'm David Knight, joined with Leanne McAdoo and Jakari Jackson. We've just seen Obama come out and give his statements, his very broad general statements. He didn't talk about any of the details. They've been releasing details for the last week, primarily through social media. And so it's kind of interesting to go back and look at what they're actually proposing. And of course, what he's proposing about education may or may not happen, because there's going to be a lot of opposition from Republicans as well as on taxes. But in two other areas, in terms of his internet regulation and in terms of his Trans-Pacific Partnership, Transatlantic Partnership, those are issues that he has a lot of support from the majority of Republicans. It's very likely that those are going to happen. So we're going to take a look at some of the things. He's made broad, sweeping proposals for changes to the internet, changes to privacy, changes to criminal actions, criminalizing and felonizing a lot of things that were misdemeanors before. So we're going to talk about what he's proposing to do, because that's very likely to get passed by the Republicans. I think the first thing we should do before we go to the internet is to talk about this education proposal that he's talking about. And of course, on the White House website, he's got a couple of articles. One of them is the president proposes to make community college free for responsible students for 2 years. How does he define a responsible student? Well, that's somebody that's going to make 2.5 GPA or better. But the free part, there's a lot of questions about that. He put a graphic up tonight that showed that they were going to pay up to that 9 million students would get $3,800 per year that they would save. And of course, you do the math, that comes out to $34 billion. Yet on his site, we see conflicting information saying that they will pay up to $2,500 per year. So they're saying if the average cost is $3,800, they're going to pay $2,500. They also say they're going to pay up to 75%, not 100%. But up to 75%. And quite frankly, the $2,500 is not 75% of the $3,800. So there's inconsistencies throughout even that broad stroke. He wants to put it out there as something that is free for people, and yet if you look at the details don't add up to what he's saying at all.
That's exactly right. I mean, when you think about the student loan system, you have all these people that may or may not get these $3,800 or whatever it is to get this. That's pretty much associate's degree. You go to community college, but that associate's degree is worthless. Get an associate's degree in today's market and try to go out and find a job. Nobody's going to hire you. Even if you get that bachelor's degree, then it's like, did you take an internship? Did you jump through all these other flaming hoops of razor wire so we might give you some temp job answering the phone or getting coffee? That's what a lot of these degrees go to nowadays. And it doesn't really leave you with anything worthwhile.
The vast majority of four-year degrees don't really help you economically. And I guess one of the things that really kind of grates on me is the idea that staying in school longer is something that we as a society should reward, and yet there's nothing there to give people credit or to help them along as young entrepreneurs. He's certainly not going to propose anything there, because it's about keeping you dependent on the government. And as he's saying that he's going to hand out these free 2 years at college, at the same time, the other hand is stealing the education IRAs that they told families and parents many years ago that they could set aside after-tax money into these education IRAs. If they made anything from the investment or from its compounding, mostly they would be invested in mutual funds. If they made any money off their mutual fund investments, they could withdraw that, and that would not be taxed. They could apply that directly to their children's education. So these people script and save with their after-tax dollars, put it in something that they hope isn't going to be taxed, and now he's proposing to take that from them. Along with that, that's the 509. There's also another one. It's a I've got the details here, but there's another one that they're going to completely eliminate altogether, that you could set aside $2,000 a year. They're going to completely eliminate that one, and the 509, they're going to tax it. So you see the government telling you that it's going to be free on the one hand, and yet they are taking it away and taking away the tax deductions from people who are trying to do the right thing, who are saving, who are working hard, who are trying to be self-reliant. They're going to punish those people. Only the people who come to government for handouts are going to be rewarded.
Going to get a little, just enough of a handout to keep you still coming to the state for that.
And I think it's very important that we understand how all this plays into the open borders and immigration as well. Because that has all been about, remember, the focus has been on young people coming across. Of course, even the right-wing guys like Glenn Pack